Welcome to Noctis Lumen. Tonight, we are going to travel. Not far, not in the way you might expect. We are not going somewhere strange or unfamiliar. We are going somewhere that feels, against all reason, like home. We are going back. Back before the cities. Back before the roads and the glass towers and the endless glow of screens. Back before clocks told us when to sleep and when to wake. Back to a time when the sky was the only ceiling that mattered, when the stars were so thick and so close that reaching up toward them felt like a real possibility. Back to the first nights. The tender, enormous, quietly sacred first nights that your ancestors lived through, one by one, breath by breath, until eventually, across an unimaginable river of time, they became you. You are the result of every one of those nights, every safe night, every warm night, every night when someone stayed awake just a little longer so that others could sleep. You are here because of all of that, because of them. And tonight, as your body begins its beautiful, ancient ritual of letting go, I want to tell you their story. The story of the very first rest, the very first safety, the very first fire. Close your eyes now, if they aren't already closed. Feel the weight of the blanket across you. Notice how it presses gently, evenly, like a reassurance. Like a hand that says, you are here. You are held. Nothing can reach you now. That feeling, that specific, irreplaceable feeling of being covered and warm and enclosed, is older than language. It is older than almost everything you know. It is one of the oldest feelings in the human story. And tonight, it belongs entirely to you. Let your shoulders fall. Let your jaw unclench. Let the space behind your eyes soften, the way a sky softens just after sunset, when the blue becomes lavender and the lavender becomes the deepest, quietest gray. We are going back now, very slowly, very gently, step by step, breath by breath, we are walking away from the modern world. The traffic sounds, they're fading. The notifications, the deadlines, the to-do lists scrawled in the back of your mind, they're dissolving like writing on water. The artificial lights are dimming, one by one, the way stars appear when dusk finally surrenders to dark. The pavement beneath your feet is becoming something older, something softer. Grass. Then earth. Then the ancient, damp, impossibly rich smell of ground that has never known concrete, never known the weight of a building, never been asked to be anything other than simply, perfectly itself. You are walking through a world that is very, very young. The air is different here, cleaner somehow, in a way that reaches all the way to the bottom of your lungs. Each breath is like drinking cold water on a warm day. You breathe in, and the air smells of green things and rain and stone, and something faintly sweet that you cannot name, but that feels inexplicably like safety. The trees around you are tall beyond measuring. Their canopies sway in a wind so gentle it is barely a wind at all, more like the world slowly exhaling. The light through those branches is golden and slanted, the particular honey-colored light of late afternoon, when the day begins its long, graceful bow toward evening. You are not afraid. This world that looks so different from everything you know, you are not afraid of it. Because somewhere very deep inside you, beneath the years and the names and the versions of yourself you have been, beneath all of that, something recognizes this place. Something in you exhales into it. This landscape, these trees, this slowly cooling air, your body knows it. Your cells remember it. You were shaped by this world for so long that it left its fingerprints all over you. And now, walking through it, you feel those fingerprints glow. The sun is beginning its descent. Watch how the light changes. Watch how the shadows stretch long and golden across the ground, how they reach toward you like slow, drowsy arms. The birds, and there are so many birds here, more than you have ever heard, a whole living symphony of them. They are beginning to shift their songs. The bright, darting songs of midday are softening, the calls becoming fewer, longer, more spacious. As if the birds, too, are beginning to remember that the night is coming, and the night requires a different kind of attention. Follow the smoke. Do you smell it? Just there, carried on the turning wind, the faint, unmistakable thread of wood smoke. Not the harsh chemical smoke of a city, but real smoke, pure smoke, the smoke of actual wood catching fire, of something ancient and alive surrendering to flame. Follow it. Let it lead you, the way a scent can lead you through memory, through time. Follow it through the trees, down a gentle slope, toward the sound of something crackling and soft, crackling and soft, crackling and soft. And then you see it. The fire. Oh, the fire. It is not a large fire. It does not need to be. It sits at the center of a small clearing, cradled in a ring of dark stones, and it burns with that particular steadiness that a well-tended fire always has. Not blazing, not desperate, not wild, but breathing. Yes, breathing. A fire like this seems to breathe. The flames reach up and then settle, reach up and settle, the way a sleeping chest rises and falls. The orange and amber and occasional blue at the very heart of it pulse like something alive, because in its way it is. Fire is a living thing. Your ancestors understood this in a way we have almost forgotten. And around the fire, there are people. Not many, just enough. A handful of shapes in the growing dark, some sitting, some already lying down, children curled against the adults who love them. They are not speaking much. The day is over and the talking is mostly done. They exist in that comfortable, wordless intimacy that only comes from people who trust each other completely, who have slept side by side enough times that silence between them is not emptiness, but fullness. Not the absence of words, but the presence of something better than words. Safety. Come and sit. Come and sit beside the fire, here at the edge of this circle, where the warmth reaches you like a gift. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to say anything. You only have to be here, inside this ring of warmth and light, where the fire holds the darkness back like cupped hands hold water. Where the night beyond the fire's reach is vast and wild and indifferent. But here, inside the circle, everything is warm. Everything is held. This is where the human story of sleep begins. Right here. Right in this circle. Before there were beds or houses or cities, before there were any of the elaborate rituals and structures we have built around the act of sleeping, there was this. A fire. A circle. And the enormous comfort of not being alone. This is what your body remembers when it curls toward warmth. This is what it seeks when it tucks close to another body in the night. This is why the simple act of being under a blanket, warm and enclosed, releases something in you that you cannot quite name. A deep cellular sigh, an ancient unlocking. Your body knows what this warmth means. It has always known. It means you are inside the circle. You are safe. You can let go now. Nothing can reach you here. The discovery of fire, and this is something extraordinary, something worth holding gently in your mind before you drift. The discovery of fire changed everything about the night. Before fire, darkness was a genuine threat. The world after sunset was a different world, ruled by different things. And our first ancestors understood this with every nerve they had. The dark meant danger. The dark meant unseen things. The dark was where safety ended and uncertainty began. But fire changed that. Fire said, the circle stays lit. Fire said, inside here, the rules are different. And one of the most beautiful things, one of the most quietly wonderful things, is that fire didn't just protect bodies. It protected something softer and more essential than that. Fire created a space where people could look at each other's faces in the light, where expressions could be read, where warmth could be shared, where the sounds of the night remained outside, and the sounds inside the circle were only the sounds of each other, breathing, shifting, murmuring, settling into sleep. Fire created the first true inside. Think about that. Before walls, before doors, before any of the architecture of safety we take completely for granted now, fire drew the first circle and said, inside this, we belong to each other. Inside this, we are home. And you, right now, with your warm blanket and your soft pillow and the particular quiet of your room, you are still living inside that circle. It has taken different shapes over the thousands of years between that clearing and this moment, but the circle is the same. The principle is unchanged. You are warm. You are enclosed. Not dying. Not gone. Just lower, gentler, sinking into itself the way all fires eventually do. The great reaching flames settling into something quieter. Glowing coals and the occasional small blue flame that flickers and disappears and reappears somewhere else, as if the fire is playing a slow, sleepy game with itself. The warmth is still here, The warmth doesn't go when the flames settle. It just becomes a different kind of warmth, more even, more constant, less dramatic and more dependable. The warmth of embers is the warmth that lasts through the night. It is patient warmth, steady warmth. It does not perform, it simply is. Like the love that keeps watching over you as you sleep. Your body is very heavy now, so heavy and so warm and so perfectly, completely still. Feel how the ground beneath you supports every inch of you, accepts every ounce of you, holds you without effort, without strain, the way the earth has always held the people who lay down on it and asked for rest. The earth has held so many sleepers, so many tired bodies, so many dreaming minds, so many people who lay down under the wide sky and let the night have them. And the earth held every one of them until the morning came. It holds you too. Right now, it holds you perfectly. Let yourself be held. Above you, the stars continue their slow crossing. Did you know that the stars were one of the very first things your ancestors used to navigate? Not just across the land, but across the vast water, across distances that would take days and weeks of walking. They looked up and found their way by light that had traveled unimaginable distances just to be visible. The stars were the first map, the first compass, the first proof that the universe, in its enormous and indifferent beauty, had nevertheless left something useful, something guiding, something you could follow when you were lost. Look at them now. Look at those stars, or imagine them above you, because your eyes are closed now, beautifully closed. And the stars behind your eyelids are just as real, just as close, as the ones above the ancient clearing. They drift. They are so still, and yet they drift, imperceptibly, the whole sky turning on its great invisible axle, the oldest clock there is, the one that has been keeping the hours since long before anyone thought to count them. You don't need to count them tonight. You don't need to count anything. Somewhere in the clearing, a child is already dreaming. You can hear the change in her breathing, from the soft, slightly irregular breath of someone falling asleep, to the slow, oceanic breath of someone already deep inside the dream. Her small body is curled against her mother's side, both of them wrapped in warmth, both of them breathing in the same slow rhythm, as if even in sleep they are telling each other, "I'm here. I'm here." You are not alone. You could fall into sleep just like that, just like breathing out and not quite breathing back in. Not yet. Just staying in that long, warm exhale where there is no tension and no thought and no effort. Just the pure animal comfort of being warm and still and held. Let your mind go soft now, like a fist slowly opening, like a tide going out, like snow falling on still water, each flake dissolving into the surface before another one arrives, each thought becoming lighter, less defined, until the line between thinking and dreaming begins to blur and soften, and you can no longer quite tell which side of sleep you're on. The fire breathes, the night holds, the stars drift, your breathing slows. In the cave behind you, the painted horses run their eternal, silent run. The deer stand at the edge of the firelight, ears pricked, eyes soft, unhurried. The handprints on the wall glow faintly red and gold in the dying light. All those hands from all those thousands of years ago, reaching across time to say, yes, yes, this is right. This is what the night is for. Lie down. Let go. Let the dark be a comfort and not a fear. Let the warmth be enough. Let the circle hold you. Let the sound of other people breathing be the lullaby it has always been. You are inside the circle. You have always been inside the circle. The night is not a threat. The night is a gift. Your first ancestors knew this. After the fire was built and the circle was closed, after the children were settled and the day's walking was done, there was a moment, a still and sacred moment, when everyone simply exhaled. When the tension of the day left the body like breath leaves the lungs, completely and without effort. When the ground rose up to meet them, and the sky stretched wide above them, and the fire held its steady warmth between them and the dark, and everything was, for this night, for this one perfect night, enough. The world beyond your walls does its wild and indifferent thing, and none of it reaches you tonight. You are inside the circle. Let the fire speak to you now. Your eyelids are very heavy now. Not heavy in a bad way. Let it all go now. The people around you are breathing in their sleep. You are held. You are home. You are safe. Sleep now. Sleep.